Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mother Made Easy and I'm Kai. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how I found out I was pregnant, and more specifically, early pregnancy signs your body will give you to let you know that you are pregnant. Now, let's get into the video. There are people who really know when they're pregnant, and there are the rest of us who happen to find out we are pregnant. But what I've come to understand is that finding out that you're pregnant early depends on two things. If you're very conscious of your body, in the sense that you know your body, so when there's a change, bam, you're quick to identify it. And two, when you're very conscious, you know your body, one, and when you're very conscious of your body, so you are able to see when the changes within your body happen. So the changes may happen, but if you're not conscious or paying particular attention, you can mess it all together. So if you have these two factors, you're able to tell early when you're pregnant. So how I found out I was pregnant. So the first sign for me was bloating. I actually thought it was something I had eaten, so I just thought, let me give it time, it's going to pass. But I realized that this thing wasn't going anywhere. And even at night, I would pass out, I would pass out a lot of gas. While I was in bed, I would pass out a lot of gas. God, my husband suffered. So that was the first sign for me. The second thing for me was feeling sick in the mornings. In the mornings, I would usually have low energy levels, I'll feel sick, I'll feel unwell. But there are women who experience this, known as the morning sickness, throughout pregnancy. So it would make it even so difficult to brush my teeth, because once I start brushing, I'd have the urge to throw up in that period. But there are times I'll push through, and there are times that you can't help it, you just end up throwing up. The third thing for me was food aversions. I used to be someone who liked cake, but when I became pregnant, I realized I couldn't stand it. And I didn't even know I couldn't stand it. So I had ordered in cake for lunch one of the days. Then when the food came, as soon as I took my first blow, let me call it that, I went straight to the bathroom to puke. Because then this food that I liked so much, I couldn't stand it anymore. So I just had to give up eating it altogether. And the other thing for me, the twin or the opposite of food aversion, was food cravings. I realized that I was craving for foods which I don't usually eat. The funny part was, it was at odd hours. I remember the first time I requested for braised rice with chili sauce, like hot pepper, nekuyurawa. Yes, my husband looked at me and was like, Then I hadn't taken the pregnancy test. I was like, this is so strange. It's 9 p.m. and you want braised rice with chili sauce at 9 p.m. Really? But yes, he still made it for me, and then I did eat and enjoy it. But it was just a very weird craving to have at that time. And the fourth thing for me was I was having headaches. I just thought, it's because I'm tired from some ongoing project. But I realized that the headaches they felt different from any kind of headache I've had. So later when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, okay, so this is why I was having the headaches. Because when you're pregnant, like your body's undergoing so many changes, and it can make your head throw. So that was the cause of the headache. So sometimes if you're trying to conceive, or if you're expecting, or whatever it is, before you go taking any painkiller or anything, be sure you take a pregnancy test first, because before you know it, you're taking in something that could harm the baby. And the fourth thing for me was exhaustion and sleepiness. I mean, it was so embarrassing, because there were times during corporate meetings I would feel so sleepy and I couldn't help it. So I'll just use going to the bathroom and as an excuse to get up and stretch in meetings, because I was just tired and sleepy. I just couldn't. I was like, it's in the first trimester, it's very difficult to keep your eyes open unless you have, let's say, you're home with the toddler who is fully engaging you. Trust me, you will feel sleepy, and if you can help it, or if you have the chance, you'll be napping a lot in the afternoons. The pregnancy sign I had was using the bathroom often. Because of the urethra expanding, you realize that you're using the bathroom more often than you usually would. So every few minutes, before you know, you're peeing a lot, and it's going to get worse as the pregnancy progresses. One of the things I disliked about pregnancy was the frequent bathroom breaks you have to take. Like every few minutes bathroom, every few minutes you have to leave. I have a post on the things that make pregnancy really awful. I'm gonna leave a link in the description box so that you can check it out and let me know if you identify with any of these signs. I also came to realize that early pregnancy makes you super emotional. I remember I have cried over over things that are not so big or important just because I was emotional. I think there was a time I wanted food from a particular vendor and my husband went to check, he didn't get it, and then I was like, I really wanted this thing, and I would cry about it. Or if somebody should say something that was unkind, like the little things make you tick. If you're not crying about being upset, the other thing is that you could be upset and angry about a lot of things, because when you're pregnant, a lot of things just make you tick. So you're either happy or you're angry or you're sad. You're basically a walking bag of emotions. The other pregnancy sign I had, and I had seen other pregnant women also have, was a buildup of saliva in my mouth. Before then I'd seen women having that sign and I thought, oh my goodness, this is gross. But what that taught me was that never judge. You may never know what somebody is going through. You may never know whether you will experience it. And I've seen women going through it and I thought it was good. Little did I know that I was also going to experience the gross pregnancy sign. So then there's a buildup of the saliva. I really didn't do anything about it, but by the end of the third trimester, thankfully, it was gone. And the other thing that made me aware that, or sort of drew my mind to it, that I was pregnant. And the funny part is, I wasn't the one who noticed it. I remember a colleague at work looked at me and said, oh my goodness, you're glowing differently. And I was like, what? Glowing differently? What are you talking about? I didn't even notice it. And somebody else at the office also mentioned that, no, you're glowing differently. I was like, really? But it hadn't even occurred to me I was pregnant and I was glowing. I actually didn't know what they were talking about. So it was after a couple of days that I was like, oh my goodness. This brings me to my final early pregnancy sign, a missed period. After a couple of days, I was like, I'm having morning sickness. I'm throwing up in the morning. Someone says I'm glowing. I can't stand ABC food. And come to think of it, I have missed my period for a week and it hadn't even occurred to me that I was pregnant. Then it's time to take the test. So if you do experience any of these signs, maybe it's time to pee on a stick and find out if you really are pregnant. Did you experience any of these pregnancy signs? If you did, let me know in the comment section. I have a post on early pregnancy signs that you will experience. I'm going to leave the link in the description box. How did you find out that you're pregnant? What were the first signs you experienced? Let me know in the comment section. So till my next video, subscribe. Don't forget to share this video if you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye.